Well, hey y'all. This is the time that I promised I would do a makeup tutorial. So I want to tell y'all what the palette is. It is the Kat Von D Monarch palette. Which, remember I told y'all all about butterflies and all that kind of stuff. It's really amazing, butterflies, that they were worms and that their DNA as a worm dies and then their DNA as a butterfly is born again. So this is a great symbol to me of being born again in Christ. So y'all know that the butterfly symbol to me. Even though I noticed on this butterfly, she's got skulls, y'all. Is that part of the whole tattoo thing? Because I think Kat Von D's thing originally started, I don't know her story. I shouldn't talk about it. But I think it was because she made a makeup that could cover up tattoos. She has tattoos. And that if you wanted to, for whatever reason. And if y'all have questions about tattoos, feel free to ask them, because people have misconceived that they're wrong in the Lord. Tattooing, I'll just tell you, was a practice in the Old Testament where they would cut themselves to appease pagan gods. That's what God said not to do. The art form that we do today is at most vainglorious, or vanity, which so is makeup. So I think you have to keep perspective of all of it, but I don't think that that is what God was talking about. But anyway, so here's the palette. I mistakenly referred to this as a fall palette because the colors in it are so warm. But if you take this color, which I'm going to use today, this is kind of seeing a color out, it's just a warm palette. It's just a regular old warm palette, like the Naked palette, the very first one, and lots of others to follow. But this kind of orangey rust color actually is a great color for summer. Why? Because when you get a tan, you have that kind of tawny look. So I don't have a tan, so this is just like really dumb. But anyway, I'm going to do it. But first, we must have some time together. I hope y'all are dealing with the fact that I have no makeup on my eyes, and it's kind of scary. I know you might be afraid, but don't be afraid. I'll have makeup on soon. Hey, I am what I am. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with how I look without makeup. I just enjoy makeup as an art form, to be honest. Hey, did y'all notice I rolled these curls forward and those backwards with a hairbrush? I'm going to tell you, it does not look the same at all as using, as the British call it, a hair tone. We call them curling irons or flat irons. People use flat irons for curling irons. I think it's silly. I like the curling iron because it has a little arm, and you don't have to hold it and then burn your little fingertips or wear a glove. You just put it on there and the clamp holds it, and then you let go a little bit and let it slide off. I think it works the best. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. How you doing? Oh, do you like this fingernail polish? Y'all, I'm loving it. It's a really nice neutral, isn't it? It doesn't really go with the shirt, this bright orange shirt and this bright orange bracelet that I have on. But I decided to be orange today. But this, like I'm fixing to paint my nails. I wanted to show you why I shook that. But this is Ladylike. I don't know if that's going to focus in 1,000 years, so just trust me, it's Ladylike. And it's made by Essie. And I really do like this. It's a really nice kind of gray pink, but it just, if you're really pale like me, it's just a really nice neutral. It's almost like not having anything on, but it has a completion look about it because it you know, colors in the whole nail, where I had the French white. And by the way, because these are gel nails, if I take this off, I'll be right back to French white. So I love having gel nails. Not gel polish, gel nails. So let's get busy because I don't have much time. I'm just going to go visit my friend, and we're going to go to Ulta. So I might have something, maybe not. I'm just doing returns, to be honest. But we all know I don't go in there. And plus, let me finish this sentence. I don't go in there without coming out with something. So, but they may tell me, I'm so sorry, Miss Buchanan, but you're over the time limit that we give to return things. So, no, you'll have to do an in-store replacement. And I'll cry for a moment, and then I'll go buy some more stuff. Oh, I guess I should be showing you my colors. So I'm using this one, the far one. It's called Etymology. Y'all, the names. Oh, okay, it's sort of like Urban Decay. I just can't stand the names. I almost haven't been able to use it sometimes because the names are just like nasty. So I'm using that because it's got a little bit of sparkle, and instead of doing a matte finish today, I'm going to kind of be sparkledy. So I'm going to use that also. in the inner corner. Y'all, I used powder over my my concealer again today, and it just, look how it makes my eyes look so old. I don't really agree. From experience, I'm not a professional makeup artist, but from experience, I don't really agree that when you put on your concealer, you have to set it with powder, because you may need to do that when you're younger and oilier, but all this does is make me look old. And I tried to use barely any, like I barely had any on the brush, and it's still. And it was Charlotte Tilbury's finishing powder. So it's very finely milled and very light in the first place, and I use It Cosmetics finishing brush, and I know that I didn't use too much this time, because I thought, well, maybe that was it. So I'm going to go over the lid just a little bit with this, actually, I'm going to go over the whole eye area. And why do I do that? Because that does kind of even it all out in case there's like a more moist spot. So what am I going to use? Well, first and foremost, I am going to use a neutralizing color. So I'm probably going to, what is this? It's called the Killing Jar. Really? Y'all, I don't even know if I can say these names anymore. That's awful! The Killing Jar. Stop it. Anyway, so I'm going to do that on my brow bone down to the crease, just to give a backdrop to what I'm doing that's not just plain white. And then right over that, by the way, I'm using a large fluffy E50 by Sigma. I love this brush. I'd have 10 of these, because that would also be good to do any area that's not necessarily needing to be precise, which you can do that under the brow bone, because you always go over it with another color. So that's what I say. All right, so now these are quite powdery too. I'm going to be using this rust color, and it's called Deadhead. Again, a lovely name, huh? So I'm going to use this, and it's like a peachy rose gold bronze. I mean, not bronze, rust. It's not a brown rust, it's a rose rust. So we're going to put that right where we just put this, a little hair lower. Just a little lower than our neutralizing color in the crease, but a little bit up. So I'm going to put that, because this is going to be my backdrop color for the day. There you go. I haven't blended yet, but that's my backdrop. Okay, that's what a blending color does for you. I put a neutralizing color on first, and some of you are going, why do you have to do all these colors? You don't. You don't at all. Okay, so now I'm going to take my small tapered blending brush, E45, and can I tell y'all, this isn't so small. I mean, it's so fluffy. You could get a lot more precise if you wanted to with a pencil brush like this. This is an E30, and look at the difference. If you want to be more precise in the crease, then you can. You know what? I think I will. No, I won't. I want to be able to blend it better, so I am going to use this one. Okay, and I'm going to go into the color right next to it, which is probably something about dying and horror. This is Tiny Death. No, I'm sorry, that was the highlight color that was matte, kind of yellowish. This is called Shadow Box. Shadow. I guess that's got a bad connotation. I don't know why everything, you know, there's beautiful tattoos. There's butterflies. My daughter has a cross on. She also has, my middle daughter, she has a handprint of her little firstborn daughter. So they don't always have to be like these dark things. Anyway, so I'm tapping this off, and I'm starting and placing and kind of touching down on the outer corner, see? And I'm going to drop some of that color right there. And then I'm going to swish it into the crease. I'm pushing kind of a little hard so it doesn't powder out anywhere. Okay, and I'm turning it. I don't know if you saw, I just did a quarter turn. And I'm going to back roll it right there in that outer corner. And that's all I'm going to do, because that is plenty. If you notice, we even lost a little bit of that orangey color. So I will probably go back and add that back in a little bit. So again, you place it down and go back and forth. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm doing my outer V. And again, I could have been more precise with the V if I used a pencil brush, but I'm purposely trying to blend this out a little bit. Again, I'm pushing kind of hard because, and I'm keeping it close, if you see, if you get further out on the brush and you let it fly a little more, the color flies a little more. And I don't want this dark color to do that. Let me get back down where I was. There we go. And again, I'm going to back, or just do a little turn right there with the brush, so that I get more of the color there. Now, as you can see, we lost a lot of that orange or rust. So I'm going to come back in just a little over that. Just a little. Because when we blend it, that color will come up a good bit. And I think I'm going to swoop it underneath my eyes real quickly. May get a touch of it. That's all I want. Now, not only am I going to get more precise under my eyes, rather than use a pencil brush, I'm going to use a short shader, which is much more tight and much more dense. And this is an E20. All these are Sigma brushes, except for that first one, which I think was a NARS. Hold on. Is that NARS? Where is it? Yeah, that was a NARS 3. That's when we put the kind of rusty color on with. Okay, so now I'm going to go into a very dark brown. And that is this one. And it'll probably say something about being... Oh, it's Papilio. Ah! Which has to do with the actual butterfly. So this butterfly must be mostly orange, which would be a monarch. Oh, that's why it's called monarch. But do you know what? That's not the shape of a monarch, you guys. Monarchs are smaller and wider. So, I don't know. Go study your butterflies. I could be totally wrong. Figure it out yourself. This is where I will not help you. Go study your butterflies. And as you can see, I'm just dragging that almost like a liner on the bottom lash line. And I'm going to kind of stamp it on the top lash line. Okay? Do that again. Now, remember, with any leftover of this, you can also, I don't know if you can see me doing this. You can also, I got a mirror right in front of me, you guys. So you see I'm kind of stamp dragging that one. Stamp dragging, that's going to be my own turn. But what you can do with the leftover, I'll just do it. It may be a little strong because that is a very dark color. You can kind of powder up your brows because there's leftover and it's a very dark brown, which my eyes are a dark brown. Matter of fact, I used a little bit of a brunette NYX brow pencil today, and it was way too caramely colored. Because see, my eyes are, my eyebrow hairs are more black, which my hair is, except when it's not gray or colored blonde. Okay. So, what am I doing next? Oh, I want to put some of this gold on.